Hello Davids, in this video I'd like to talk about the part 3 of your speaking test. Particularly I'd like to highlight why part 3 of your speaking test is very different than that of the part 1 and part 2 of your test. I'll talk about it in a minute, but let it go for the topic itself. The topic for this slide is relationships between parents and children. So this topic I have chosen very random basis. It can be any given topic. By the way, now let it go for this particular terminology. This terminology, IELTS will tell you that is a discussion topics. What does it really mean by discussion topics? Discussion topics basically means that there should be more than one party involved here in the part of this speaking test. It means you and your examiner will take part in here. But how exactly is that? I'm going to explain this thing to you. For example, examiner is asking you this question to you. How much time do children spend with the parents in your country? Do you think that is enough? So when the examiner will ask you this question, then you need to provide answer very extensively. You need to make category of the information. I'll discuss about it in a minute, but to give you the general sense, that your answer should be very extended. And second point here, when examiner asking you this question, if you don't understand anything related to this question, then you can ask question to the examiner for clarification purpose. For example, if you can't understand any particular word, for example, if you don't understand what does it really mean by the word spend, then you can ask your examiner and tell to him or her that would you mind explaining the word in different way, and the examiner will explain the word in different way. Or if you can't understand the question as a whole at all, then you can ask to the examiner to repeat the question for you. So then examiner will take the question again and will tell you it. So you will have clear understanding. Even if it's not clear when examiner is asking at his first attempt, and you are pretty much sure even though examiner is repeating this, maybe I'll not understand. So in that case, you can tell your examiner, would you mind paraphrasing the question or telling me the question in different way? And the examiner will take the question and will explain it in very different way, probably with practical examples. So that's really great. Why that is really great? That is great because on the one hand you are having complete understanding with this question, because some people without understanding they go for answer, so they are very confused with the question itself, let alone making good answer of it. So therefore from your side it must be very clear. And secondly, when examiner will think about it and try to tell it in different way, that you will also have an opportunity to think about the question and also how answer can be given. So you are actually buying some time, and that's very natural. So this is what is very different than the part 1 of your test, because in the part 1 you can ask your examiner anything, like neither for clarification or something else, because the questions are there very convenient, very easy, related to every single day of your life. So in that cases, you shouldn't be too much worried about the question. From the other perspective, however, when you are giving the answers, in that case, if examiner can't understand anything or need more explanation, then examiner may ask you a few questions for clarification purpose. For example, when you are giving an answer, so examiner may ask you, what does it really mean by this word? Or can you tell this information in different way? So you need to explain with examples to make it very clear to the examiner. However, sometimes examiner may ask you some complementary questions for another purpose. For example, if examiner suspects that you have memorized the answers and you are trying to provide that memorized answer, the prepared answer in your test, then examiner may ask you frequent questions to make it sure that you are providing the natural responses. By the way, what if you don't understand the question at all, or even if you understand, you have no idea what to tell? In that case, don't be nervous. One thing you need to keep in mind that you need to deal the situation by using your English, because IELTS is not testing whether you can provide the answer correctly or it's factually correct or not. Rather, IELTS wants to make it sure that you speak very naturally. So if you have nothing coming in your mind, then make it sure that you're trying to say something to deal with this particular situation. For example, you can tell to your examiner, I'm really sorry to say that I actually don't have any ideas about this question, and I think I never thought about it before. So it's better for me if you're kind enough to ask me the next question. So then examiner will ask you the next question. And trust me, if you're dealing in such a way, then you'll get a good score, and it will not interfere with your speaking score, because in the IELTS speaking test there is no marking criteria called task response or task achievement. So that's a good thing. So somehow you are using your natural English that will bring you good score. So now let it go for the previous point. How to extend the answer. As I said that we need to extend the answers here in this part of the speaking test. Unlike the part 1 of your test, in the part 1 of your test you just need to provide your answer in just in a sentence or two. So in this case, when examiner will ask you, for example, how much time do children spend with their parents in your country? So in that case, you simply straightforward shouldn't go for answer. For example, you can say like, I think it's average between 3 to 4 hours time parents are providing time to their children. Not like that. Rather, make category of the information. For example, parents, you can make category of it. So you can tell to the examiner that parents who are working in the city, they are providing that much of time, or parents who are living in the village, they are providing that much of time. Or you can say that parents who have no job, they are providing that amount of time. And also you can consider about this word children, and you can make category of it as well. For example, who are in the very initial stage of their age, for example, who are in their 2 to 3 years of their age, they are getting that much of time from their parents. Or children who are a little bit grown up and about to enter the school, they are getting that amount of time. Or children who are fully or completely grown up, or teenagers, they are getting that amount of time from their parents. So when you will make a lot of categories, that will be very natural for you to provide the natural responses in your test. That's what you need to do in your test. So whenever you are getting any question, you can make category. It can be different perspectives from the questions, as I said, as I showed in here, or also it can be related to time frame in the past, present, and the future, or it can be something related to your perspective and what other things, or you can make the category of the people who what about the thinking of children, or the thinking of the young agers, and what does people, for example, older people think about any particular thing. So this is how you can make categories of the information that will bring you a very good result, because most people struggle to provide answer, or I can say natural answer, simply because they struggle with a lot of ideas. They don't know how to extend the ideas and what to say. So if you make category very efficiently, I hope you can solve this problem. I hope you really understand and can immediately got it. That was the main difference with the part 1 and part 3 of your test. And also, like, very evidently you can make difference with the part 2, where examiner will provide you a task card, and on which you need to speak for 2 minutes. But good thing is, the similarity you can consider for part 2 even. You can take the clues of the topic and make category of the information. So the way you have seen in here in the part 3, exactly you can do for the parts of your test and make really good score. I hope you really understand. Thanks for watching.